coming out, so I know all the secrets. Because who doesn't want to do that? I want to do that. So that's, again, play testing. Go check it out. And now we're going to go ahead inside and see what Andrea's doing. I think she's busy. She looks a little too busy for me. But look at all those people. Those people in there sitting down, hanging out, getting ready for the show. EA Play is only a few minutes away. And that is what's happening inside the Palladium. But I want to learn a little bit more about the Palladium itself. And that's why I found my man Dylan right here. Dylan.
How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
All right.
Tell me about the Palladium. What is it about this venue that makes it so special and keeps EA coming back for each EA Play?
So the Palladium opened in 1940. The opening night, Frank Sinatra was an opener on the bill. And
not even the closer? Old Blue Eyes was the opener?
Opening. So since then, about everyone's played here. Rolling Stones, Nirvana, Prince, Elton John. Lately, Jay-Z, Justin Timberlake. Dave Chappelle filmed a special here. So about everything in between. And then last year, EA came in for the first time, transformed the parking lot, the venue, blew it up even more this year. And so now we have this festival here with gaming, music. It's a great time.
And so what is it about EA Play that excites you the most?
I just like the transformation of the venue. We take over the whole block, close down streets. There's thousands of people that come through, have a good time. They have A-list talent that come and play concerts at night. It's a really good time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Dylan. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's a little bit about the Palladium. And now, let's head inside and check out the show.
Fun zone. Fun zone.
Fun zone. She told me to rap. I was rapping. We're still going. We're not rapping. We're still... I was lied to. Welcome to the Family Fun Zone, my friends. This is where you can get all your real racing action on. It may be a mobile game, but say perhaps you'd like to play a game in a race chair. There's a ball pit over here. There's food over here. We're going inside. Let's head inside and check out the show.
حياكم الله حياكم الله يا شباب.
Oh my gosh, how cool was that? So that was Anthem. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. But welcome everybody to EA Play. I'm in.
حياكم الله شباب. راح اشغل البث. راح اطلع لكم انا بعد شوي.
They wanted to change things up because they know that I'm both a gamer and a fan. So they invited me to come and host the show. And I think this year is going to be a lot of fun, you guys. I hope you're ready because we're about to kick the press conference off. But before we do that, EA Play is more than just the show you're about to watch. Right behind these doors, there is a fan fest outside, and it is huge this year. It's a full 3-day gaming festival where thousands of gamers can come and play games for free. Now, inside the theater here, there are hundreds of community members from all over the world who are going to be capturing, streaming, and getting their first impression. Now, I know Trevor Noah gave you the first
حاليا قاعد يتكلمون قاعد تتكلم.
Last month, but we've got some new stuff to show you today.
صوت البث عندك نازل ولا صوتي أنا عندك نازل؟
Boy, do they have some big news, you guys.
إن شاء الله بعد البث راح أحطها.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
هذه أول بث يصير. أي صوت اللي ما مش صوتي أنا ولا صوت البث؟
Yeah, we got the woos for Anthem. I'm into it. You want to do this with me? Well, wouldn't it be fun, you guys, if I told you all the secrets at once, right? Well, give him a break. He needs to just enjoy the show. So without further ado, let's get things started.
زين، هذه أول عرض بيكون نشوفها الحين. أغلب الظن حق باتلفيلد في. الحين بيتكلمون عن
Right, it's time to kick this thing off. It's been 2 weeks since the reveal of Battlefield 5. And you know what? It's been exciting. It's been a lot of speculation and so many remixes of a reveal trailer. But there's also been lots and lots of questions from the community. And we've heard you. You want to see more gameplay innovations. You want to know how customization actually works. We want to know more about our take on the Second World War. So today, we'll show you more gameplay and what this is the deepest and most immersive battlefield yet.
It certainly is. You will be able to dive and smash through windows to surprise your enemies. Where previously defenses were stationary, you will now be able to move these weapons around on the battlefield and gain advantages.
راح تقدر انك
تنط من الدرايش وتقدر تحرك more impactful than ever. So, well, you can't really hide from those pesky tanks anymore as they come chasing you for you, as they rip through those buildings. And you will now be able to customize your soldiers, your vehicles, and your weapons, not only for the gameplay, but for the looks, as part of our portrayal of the Second World War.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg in Battlefield 5. You're going to see a lot more of our new gameplay systems here at EA Play from our community.
شباب، أول شيء بخليكم مع شنو يقولون، بعدين راح أرجع لكم بترجم لكم شنو قاعد يقول.
About those untold stories that got us excited to start with on this game. It's about what you will see is really those moments of human heroism. It is about witnessing the war through the eyes of the men and the women who shaped the world forever. Real and relatable people facing the brutality of war. We started off by an exclusive look at the Nordlys war story over at the Xbox briefing tomorrow.
Thanks, Lasse. Something not to miss tomorrow. So, our launch in October is just the beginning. You will all... Every day will bring something new. And as part of that journey, after launch, you'll get something I know a lot of you have been asking for.
Mm-hmm. It's Royale. It's Royale reimagined for Battlefield. So we bring those pillars of Battlefield with destruction, team play, vehicles into this new experience. So we will bring you an experience that you haven't played before in Battlefield or anywhere else. But more about that later this year.
So with that, it's time to show you what makes Battlefield so special. It's the unmatched intensity of our multiplayer sandbox, and this time, it's even more epic, fighting across multiple maps and modes. Welcome to your next Battlefield experience, and this is your first look at ground operations. And this time, even featuring music.
أول عرض حق لعبة باتلفيلد يعرضونه وبعد راح يكون في عروض أخرى. نخليكم مع العرض.
ikke en dråpe. Jeg elsker deg.
Sus!
Quando eu era criança, sempre sonhei em tornar-me um campeão. É preciso determinação e vontade de vencer.
أول عرض حق لعبة فيفا.
Até mesmo nos momentos mais difíceis, tu tens de continuar a acreditar. Esta é a tua oportunidade de te mostrares ao mundo. Tu és um campeão.
مع إضافة دوري الأبطال. مثل ما شفتوا الشباب ضافوا دوري الابطال حق لعبه فيفا 18 فيفا 19 سوري وعطونا استعراض بسيط والحين حاطين الموسيقى تبع دوري الابطال وهذا الكاس مال دوري الابطال.
That's the UEFA Champions League, the pinnacle of club football, where the world's best clubs compete and icons of the game like Gerrard and Cruyff cemented their legacies. The world's biggest league joins the world's game. And a special thanks to the legendary Hans Zimmer and LA's own Vince Staples for collaborating with us on the trailer. And I really love the trailer because it captures our epic vision for how the Champions League comes to life in FIFA 19. And Lena's going to tell you a little bit more.
As Aaron said, the UEFA Champions League is an amazing addition for the game. It's where football's biggest heroes like Ronaldo and Neymar clash every year. And it's the place where champions rise. And you've been asking for this for a long time. Your club will chase this trophy in career mode. Alex Hunter will pursue Champions League glory in your story mode, The Journey, and in FIFA Ultimate Team will be live and authentic Champions League content. And we'll share more details on that along with all our other Ultimate Team features later this summer.
And all of that's just the beginning. As you know, the heart and soul of FIFA is game. And this year, we're giving you the tools to control the pitch in every moment, from your tactical approach to the match to each technical touch. And we know how passionate you are about gameplay, so we've worked hard to shape and refine our vision for FIFA 19 with input from our community. From hands-on tests with beginners to detailed feedback sessions with FIFA pros. And we're going to be sharing a lot more about gameplay throughout the summer, but what I can tell you right now is that the quality bar in gameplay was raised yet again this year. So we look forward to everybody experiencing the game on the hands-on sessions this week. And also, of course, we're extremely excited for everybody to play it when we launch on September 28th. And that's our FIFA 19 news, headlined by the UEFA Champions League. But I just wanted to take a minute to pause and reflect. Standing next to this trophy is a little bit surreal. You know, growing up, there's two iconic trophies that every young player dreams of winning. And for your club, it's this one, the pursuit of Champions League glory. But for your country, it's this trophy. The World Cup. And with the tournament starting in just 5 days, we're excited for the world to compete for it in FIFA 18.
As you can imagine, all of us on the FIFA team can't wait for the start of the World Cup. And we want to celebrate with FIFA 18 players, which is why we've just updated the game with a free World Cup experience on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS, PC, and Nintendo Switch. But you can take Ronaldo and Portugal to their first World Cup victory. Or you can write your own story with some great nations who didn't qualify this year. Or you can make a crazy dream a reality for your home country like mine, Iceland. Who would have thought that the nation of only 350,000 people would ever...
Apologies to any England fans in the room, that might still sting. And Lena isn't the only one who's excited. FIFA 18 players are loving the World Cup experience so far. But we don't want to stop there. We want to invite everyone to come and join the celebration. So I'm pleased to announce that for a limited time, FIFA 18 complete with the entire World Cup experience is available for a free trial on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and on PC through Origin Access. Yeah, you can download and play the entire game right now for free. Yeah.
الحين تقدر لعبة FIFA 18 كاملة وتلعبها كاملة مجانا.
So to kick off the trial, we've got some of the world's biggest creators who are going to be playing live at the end of the show, representing their nations in a little mini World Cup tournament.
And this summer will bring so much more for FIFA fans. Plenty of FIFA 18 content centered around the World Cup, and we'll bring you all the details on FIFA 19. But in the meantime, let's all enjoy the World Cup. Thank you, and auf Ravistan!
الحين فيفا خلصنا لعبة باتل فيلد والحين خلصنا فيفا ونشوف بعدنا شنو اللعبة اللي راح تكون موجودة شنو أي لعبة راح يتكلمون عنها بس اللي ما حصل يقدر الحين يحمل لعبة فيفا 18 طور كاس العالم يلعبها بالكامل مجانا.
Good morning. EA Sports FIFA 19. You know, the FIFA community never rests. 20 million people from 60 countries playing in competitive leagues this year. Well, the FIFA team never rests either, bringing the Champions League and the World Cup and so much other greatness to FIFA this year. We can't wait for you to experience it all. We've got so much to do here today, but I want to welcome you to EA Play. It's our third EA Play and our second one in Hollywood, and we couldn't be more excited to have you with us to share all the games that we have to show you. We've got lots to do, but before we move on, I'd like to share just a couple of things. The greatest disruption to the consumption of entertainment media in the last 5 years is the combination of streaming plus subscription, as a profound impact on our industry in the next few years. And so over the last couple of weeks, you will have seen that we announced a new team from Israel has joined Electronic Arts to help our investment to extend our thinking and extend our pioneering into this cloud gaming world. For many people, that's going to mean extending the experiences they already play on our partner platforms. For others, it's going to mean new games and new modalities of play across a whole variety of platforms. But for everyone, it's going to mean playing games anywhere, anytime. So this week, we've got a tech demo running. All of our games streaming in HD from the cloud to multiple devices that you'll be able to try out for yourselves. Now, it's not quite ready for full market prime time yet.
حاليا قاعد يقول ان في شيء تجريبي قاعد يحاولون يسوونه انه يبتدون يسوون ستريمينج علشان انك تقدر تلعب الالعاب على سيرفرات EA على الموبايل على الكونسول على البي سي على اي شيء انت تبي تسويه.
Origin Access Premier will bring you all of our new PC games, starting with Madden NFL, back on the PC for the first time in over a decade. Then FIFA 19, Battlefield 5, and of course Anthem. and there'll be many more titles in the years to come. Second, you get access to the Vault, our library of over 100 games from EA and other publishers. And third, it will launch later this summer. So that's a little later in the year, but if you want to get started right now and experience the benefits and joys of subscription, come in and play a free trial of Origin Access, our base subscription, this week. Thank you and have a great show.
كان يتكلم عن EA Play وشنو من مميزات قاعد يقدمها جديدة، وإنه راح تقدر تلعب عن طريق الستريمينج. الستريمينج عبارة إنك تلعب بس ما تحتاج تحمل اللعبة كلها على جهازك، لا تحمل جزء بسيط منها وتلعبها على السيرفرات تبع الشركة. عفوا، فهالشيء راح يتطلب منك سرعة انترنت عالية جدا جدا عشان تقدر تسوي هالشيء.
Sitting inside the crowd at EA Play, and I just happened to find Mr. Vince Zampella here in the audience from Respawn. What's going on, Vince? How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. I love this stuff. I love seeing new games.
I mean, someone's super excited about that man on PC, right? Yeah! So, you guys may have seen that Vince was tweeting yesterday, and there has been a bunch of speculation. So, you want to just get right to it?
Sure. I mean, we're not ready to show all of our stuff yet. We're working on a bunch of stuff. It's amazing. The teams are kicking ass. But
يعني يقول إنه عنده أشياء ما بيتكلم عنها الحين، راح يخليها لبعدين. راح يتكلمون عن لعبة ستار وورز.
So the Star Wars name is Jedi Fallen Order.
اسم اللعبة راح يكون Jedi.
You'll be playing a Jedi.
So does that mean I get to like hold a lightsaber?
Yes.
So Vince, you got anything else?
Well, it takes place during the dark times. Trying to be a little vague here, but when the Jedis are being hunted, so it's going to be spectacular.
So for all the hardcore nerds out there who want to know like where in the timeline, like between which episodes is it?
Between 3 and 4.
Okay, all right, between 3 and 4. That sounds like a nice time. You got any other tidbits? No?
It's not a nice.
It's a dark time.
It's a dark time.
Bad time. Does that mean it's going to just be all dark and serious?
It's amazing.
All right, so
يتكلم بطريقة غريبة.
when can we play the game?
It will be holiday of
يبي يوصل له يعني
2019, not this year.
Sorry to dash any hopes.
Yeah.
But now that we know, we can set expectations. We're all going to be amped up. And hopefully we'll hear more from you maybe next year.
Oh yeah.
Well, Vince.
راح يكشفون عن مزيد من التفاصيل في 2019.
Hello there. My name is Dennis. I work at DICE in Stockholm on Star Wars Battlefront 2. I'm really happy and excited to be here today, so thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little bit. So we launched our game in November of last year.
هو يشتغل مع دايس وEA على باتل في Star Wars
and make sure that we were delivering the game that our players really wanted. So we decided to completely overhaul our progression system and add a bunch of new characters for players to collect instead. So from there, we added a new hunt mode inspired by the original Battlefront games that I loved personally, starting with the Ewoks on Endor. And
ضافوا طور الهانت مود.
Thank you. We
اللي كان موجود في اللعبة الأصلية.
And the team loved building Ewok Hunt. So, as you might know, we're currently in our Han Solo season with content from the movie coming next week. It's headlined by the new planet Kessel, a really dangerous place, and it features the return of one of our favorite modes, extraction. So looking forward a little bit, this summer we will be introducing a new squad system to the game, which will allow you to team up much easier and play with your friends. We're also adding a new starfighter mode focused around dogfighting with your hero ships.
بعد يضيفون طور جديد اسمه Dog Fight.
We'll be delivering a new large-scale multiplayer sandbox experience focused around capturing command posts and attacking and taking out capital ships. But that's not all. We know that you have been asking for new heroes, villains, and planets from a certain era that features a very iconic Star Wars conflict. So I'm excited to confirm that Battlefront 2 this year will be going deep into the Clone Wars. It's only fitting that we begin on the planet Geonosis, featuring multiple levels, including the largest level we have ever built for Battlefront. So let's talk about the heroes and villains. First, and yes, he will be going up against my own personal favorite, Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. Finally making his debut in Battlefront after all these years. But we're not done. That's not it. They will not come alone. Joining them is the Dark Lord and leader of the Separatist Alliance, Count Dooku, as well as someone to bring balance to the Force, Obi-Wan's unruly Padawan, Anakin Skywalker. The team at home is
في أبطال راح ينضافون في اللعبة وأشرار راح ينضافون وراح يكون في أطوار جديدة وراح يكون مراحل جديدة وكوكب جديد على أساس إن تلعبون ستار وورز باتل فرونت 2. هو كله راح يجي بعدين في المستقبل القريب.
So thank you. May the Force be with you and enjoy the rest of E3. Thanks.
والحين خلص العرض مالهم وحطوا لنا عرض جديد. خلينا نشوف لعب.
Hi, it's really good to see you. In Unravel, we used yarn to symbolize love and the bonds between people. In our new game, you find hope, and you form a new bond, and your spark is rekindled, and it leads you off on an adventure. So welcome to Unravel 2. It's a game about fresh starts and second chances. These two little souls who refuse to give up and who build something new and beautiful together. And the whole game is inspired by that spirit of optimism and togetherness. You see, it's all made to be played with 2 characters. You can play it alone, or you can play it in co-op with a friend, but there's always 2 characters there, sharing one yarn and working together to get through this adventure. This game, it's quite different from the first. It's both friendlier and more challenging, but above all, it's a lot more playful. And we think it's a worthy successor. And I want to show it to you now. So I brought some help. So please welcome Michael to the stage. He's a producer at Coldwood. And we're going to try to show you a little bit of what I'm talking about how you can play the game in co-op with yourself, essentially.
اللعبة راح تتيح لك اللعب بطريقة الكوب، لكن مع نفسك. شلون لا تسأل، الحين بيرونك.
So when you're playing it by yourself, you can essentially pick up the other character and carry them along through the more fast-paced segments of the game.
إنك تحمل الشخصية الثانية وياك وتواصل وتروح تحاول تسوي المغامرة مع الشخصية الثانية. تحاول تشرد من الدجاجة.
And then when you get to the more puzzly areas like this, when you're problem solving, you can split apart into 2 and switch back and forth between the 2 characters. Because that's how we've essentially designed all the problems and puzzles of the game, that you're always working together and helping each other out and utilizing this bond between you to overcome any obstacle that you come across.
إن التعاون في اللعبة راح يتيح لك إنك تقدر تحل ألغاز اللعبة وتستمتع.
I'm going to be the red one.
Okay.
You'll be the blue one.
I'll be blue.
الحين تقدر تلعب مع شخص ثاني وياك. يعني أنت ويا واحد، مو بس بروحكم، يعني شخص واحد قاعد يلعب، لا يصير شخصين. يعني كل واحد جويستيك وتلعبون مع بعض. ولازم تتعاونون مع بعض علشان توصلون والدجاجة ما تاكلكم. يا ريال الفطور خفيف هذا.
Okay, this is the scary part.
أنا ليش قاعد أتخيل السندويش.
Got it? Oh, very nice. Oh, Buster. Oh, sweet, well done.
تحاول انك تلحق السبارك اللي هو الاشعاع هذا.
Okay, I'll go up and distract the grass.
وواحد يشاغب الدياية او الدجاجة يزعجها والثاني يشقح.
Look at me. There you go.
Keep him over to the left. Now I'll go.
All right.
I'll pull you up.
There you go.
Now we can breathe again.
Yeah, finally.
Or can we? So that's a quick little look at Unravel 2. And
هاي كانت نظرة سريعة عن لعبة Unravel 2. ويتمنى ان اللعبة عجبتك.
Just want to send some love to the team back home because working on this game has been an
والحين قاعد يشكر التيم اللي اشتغل على
on so many levels and everybody has worked so hard. So
لأن اشتغلوا وايد أشياء علشان يقدرون يسوون اللعبة. اوكي الحين خلص عن لعبة حلو يعني لعبة ضافوا لها كوب بس لحد الحين ما ندري اذا كان الكوب راح يكون اونلاين ولا بس اوفلاين، بس اتوقع انه راح يكون اونلاين. لعبه يعني ممتعه وحلوه اذا عندك احد تلعب معاه، وتقدر حتى تلعب بروحك. play your own or with your friend. طبعا اللعبة كلها عن تعاون، يعني ما يصير تلعب تسحب عن صاحبك لأنكم مترابطين بالخير. شباب إذا كان في أي ملاحظات عن البث يا ريت تكتبونها لي، لأن قاعد أحاول قد ما أقدر إن البث يكون ممتاز.
Yep, you heard that right. You'll be able to take these two Yarnies on their next big adventure starting today. The game is finished, it's out.
لعبة Unravel 2 راح تصدر الآن لأنها جاهزة.
Back in 2015, we started on this journey with the original Unravel to seek out the most creative independent developers and bring them into our EA Originals program. It's been our way of helping these creators bring their unique games to the world and to tell their stories. And last year, if you remember, Joseph Fares was up here on stage representing his team at Hazelight and The Way Out. And I think we all kind of remember that. And you might even remember him from the Game Awards as well. I think I did. In March, that game caught fire. It's innovative, it's fun, and it's something fresh and new. And you all loved it. We saw over 2 million players in the first 2 weeks. And A Way Out is such a huge success that Joseph and his team are expanding and moving into a new studio. So stories like this drive our industry, and it's why we will continue to work with independent developers to help them realize their dreams. Which leads us to our next EA Originals title, from a little game studio in Berlin called Joe My Games. When I met this team and I saw the game, I was instantly drawn to how personal this story was. It's one that
قاعد يتكلم انه شلون EA قاعد تدعم الاستديوهات الصغيره عشان تقدم العابهم، مثل لعبه A Way Out، والسنه راح يقدمون بعد لعبه جديده بنشوفها الحين.
Thank you, Patrick. I still remember during the pitch how enthusiastic Patrick was, and that afterwards, like, our whole team, including me, were super excited. It actually feels a little bit the same right now. I'm pretty excited, maybe a little too excited. Thank you. We are Yomai journey from the very first concept to actually becoming a part of EA Originals is simply amazing. Let me tell you more about our game. When humans get too lonely, they turn into monsters. This is at the core of everything you will see, hear, and hopefully feel while playing SOS. It makes this underlying concept so important and so unique is that nearly every human being can at least somehow relate to or remember the feeling of being lonely. In my case, I started writing the story when I felt the loneliest in my life. I think as an artist, you process your emotional world by letting it out and putting it into your art.
ترى كل اللي قالته انه يعني شلون الواحد يكون وحيد. That's all I got to.
This is also why people can instantly connect with the game, because it's not a made-up story, even though that it takes place in a fantastic setting. In SOS, we try to show how people experience different kinds of loneliness, but also how outsiders, friends, and families see those who struggle. We achieve all this in playful ways so that players who wants to simply enjoy a fantastic experience can do so. But player who wants to look a bit deeper can reveal a whole emotional world beneath it all. Sea of Solitude is about a young woman named Kay who is suffering from such strong loneliness, a monster. The game is about finding out why this happened to her, but also how to turn her back into a human. Ultimately, the goal is to bring all those emotions into balance. Some needs to become bigger, some would be better off a little smaller, but to embrace even your destructive part or your self-doubt in the same way you embrace your joy or your hope. This is what being human is all about. And that's what our game is all about. Thank you.
Is this real? This world that I live in is empty and cold. The loneliness cuts me and tortures my soul. I'm no child of destiny and no fortune's son. I've just chased you so long now, I'm too weak to run. A new day is here, but nothing is new. Alone in my room, I tremble for you.
اللعبة راح تصدر في 2019 يعني نوعا ما جيدة.
The only one. We are the one. We can shut you down and we can put you on an island. Crossover. Gather. Game. We're balling. Be ready. Because we're coming at you with the squad. Say it how you want. Trust the process. Run as one. Call next. Or be the answer. As long as you hold your course. Just remember though, wherever you call home, whatever your fit, or however you ball, you are my court. I'm the one. I'm the one. I'm the one. And this is my squad.
راح يستعرضون لعبة NBA.
My name's Shay Kivlin, aka Young Kiv. I'm from Seattle, Washington.
Night for Young Kiv. He's been stuck at the quarterfinals.
And here he is now in his first championship game, looking to accomplish a goal.
3rd and 4, throws it low. T.Y. drops it.
That was a phenomenal read, and Trini's got the lead.
40-19.
I hate losing way more than I love winning.
Oh, we have a incredible matchup. It's a rematch.
انزين خلينا نتذكر شنو اللي صار لحد الحين حق اللي توهم منضمين لنا في البث. اللي صار يا محفوظين السلامة نقول لحظة. زين اللي بيصير موعد اطلاق فيفا 19 راح يكون في يوم 28 سبتمبر 2018. راح نشوف بعد شنو باتل فيلد في او 5 راح يكون فيها طور باتل رويال.
As you guys know, this is young kid,
شنو
Madden 18, Madden champion. Like, give it up for young kid, y'all. Give it up.
نشوف
Young kid. How has it
فيفا 19 راح يكون فيها تشامبيونشيب او دوري الابطال. هاي كلها رسميا يعني.
So then I picked up Madden, and at first I was really bad. I was getting blown out online, but I kept at it. I put more and more time into it. Eventually I made my first tournament, but I had a big decision. It was the same time as
حاليا قاعد يسوون مسابقة مقابلة بين لاعب كرة قدم الأمريكية على الكونسول.
You said you had the decision to go to your graduation or go to a tournament. So like, what did you do?
I chased that money. I still got my diploma, but I chased that money.
زين الشامبيونشيب أو الشامبيون ليج بيكون موجود في جميع أطوار الألتيميت تيم أو طور القصة الكارير مود. نشوف بعد بس تقريبا هاي كل شيء حاليا. وفي كذا لعبة أعلنوا عنهم.
First look at the Madden 19 trailer. Super excited. It's going to be so fun. It's lit. I honestly wish I can stay right here and talk to you guys forever, but I'm not going to bore you guys. We're going to go out. I'm going to try to take this belt, you know, round 2. So we're out. Have a good day.
حاليا عرض عن كرة القدم الأمريكية. شباب إذا عندكم أي ملاحظات على البث إن شاء الله تكتبونها لي سواء هني أو في الخاص على الانستغرام علشان نقد ما نقدر ونقدم لكم التجربة اللي أنتم تطمحون لها. هاي أول بث مباشر حق فعاليات معرض E3 وإن شاء الله ما يكون الأخير، وأتمنى إن شاء الله يعجبكم ونقدم لكم الشيء اللي تتمنونه. يعني وصدق مو البث اللي يعني تسمى احترافي بمعنى الكلمة، لكن إن شاء الله البثوث الأخرى راح تكون على قدر توقعاتكم. احنا نشتغل عشان نقدم لكم المحتوى اللي انتم تتمنونه، وإن شاء الله نقدر نوصل حق هالشيء. ديمو فيفا ما اعلنوا لحد الحين متى ينزل. مؤتمر نوتي دوغ راح يكون مع بلاي ستيشن. هي الشاشة معكوسة عن الكوبي رايت بس. لحد الحين عرضوا ستار وورز، فيفا، باتل فيلد، ريفيل 2 اعتقد، ريفيل 2 ولعبة سي سوليدز مو متأكد والله من الاسم بس تقريبا 5 مع NBA.
Head-to-head match. Michael,
there. The most efficient way to destroy the opponent's base is with this giant nuclear missile in the center of the map. Control the missile by standing on a majority of the control points.
حاليا قاعد يعرضون لعبة لعبة هواتف أو لعبة موبايلات إن أنت تقدر تحطم واحدة من هذول القاعدتين، واحدة قاعدتك واحدة قاعدة العدو، فأنت لازم تقدر تحطم واحدة منهم. والحين راح يسوون استعراض حق اللعبة.
His opponent fighting for the red side of the room. a competitive mobile gaming phenomenon. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Nick at Night. Now, Mike, it's going to be a real clash of these gaming styles and the competitive backgrounds that these players have. It should be a great match.
علي قاعد بيسوون تحدي على لعبة انزين مالت تلفونات. يعني تقدر تقولون ديسبلاي سريع حق جيم سريع. اللي يفوز لازم يحطم قاعدة الفريق الثاني. طبعا كل قاعدة عندك أسلحة، عندك جنود، عندك مدرعات، وين تروح، وين تخطط، لازم يروحون دي المنطقة ولازم يدرسون المنطقة. يعني تقريبا كأنها كلاش اوف كلان بس مطورة شوي يعني.
Right, let's see if he's able to create a 2-on-1. Is he able to get there? Looks like he's getting there. Here comes GDI with a Rhino. It's going to rip up those infantry.
Yeah, going for the anti-infantry. And like any strategy game, the units that you're going to use when you deploy them will have a huge impact. Your micromanagement of your forces and protecting that economy as well.
Yep. Nick and Knight with some attack bikes in the top. There he is.
And in control placing the turret on the top right side to help cover that Rhino as
a lot of progress to that far right side of the match.
He's done a great job of holding that down with the turret, and now he's.
هو الهدف ان انت تقدر تحطم اول شيء دفاعات الفريق، بعدين تروح تحطم القاعدة. فاذا انت ما قدرت طبعا كل شيء انتم قاعد تشوفونه عندكم هني عليهم تايم. اوكي، يعني الجنود اذا انت استغليت اقوى شيء والتايم راح ياخذ له وقت لما يصير لود عشان تسوي لهم ديبلوي، عشان تنزلهم. انتم يهجمون عليك والتايم وانت تنتظر اللودينج يخلص، وهم لحد الحين ما قدروا يعني جنودك يحطمون الفريق الثاني، راح تخسر وراح يحطمون.
As in control begins to secure the northwest spot, another tank's going to come out from Nick at Night to take it out, but now he's bringing out the Pipple as well to help lock down that north position.
This missile is very, very close to firing. Let's see what's going to happen.
With another turret in control flanks, he takes the top that missile
and then fires. Wow!
And Nick at Night, one shot away from being knocked out here, as the next one will start to ready up in just a moment's time. In control is very heavy artillery force and doing a great job at taking control of the map.
Yep.
طبعا في مكان للصواريخ وفي مكان عشان تهجم على القاعدة اللي فهمته يعني. فكل ما أنت تقدر توصل الصاروخ على حسب سيطرتك على المنطقة اللي هي اللي موجودة تحت، أما المنطقة الموجودة فوق.
Bring in the flank, of course. Those flame guys do amazing damage to the infantry, help to clean that out. Meanwhile, two more tanks coming out from Nick at Night to try and secure those positions. He brings up the laser infantry.
Harvesters coming around the far side for those rhinos. Looks like he's really pressing it.
And we see that missile is starting to get close to firing with 3 zones in control for Nick and Night. Looking to set things back the other way. In control, trying to rally his forces around. He doesn't want to engage with just 1 or 2 units. He wants to move all of them together, create a good flank position, and take over that south.
And we're seeing the first mech unit from in control. This is the Wolverine. Gonna rip, and this is watch out for this missile.
And Nick and Night fire that one off and settle for next missile is gonna end it.
Next missile wins. Let's see what happens.
We'll have control of Wolverines, as you pointed out, for in control.
الحين الصاروخ اللي بيطلع راح يحطم القاعدة والفريق راح يفوز.
There he is. Yep. Wow. Okay, we've got our first mammoth tank on the board. If in control can get this in position, he's going to do some serious damage.
That missile just passed halfway ready. He's also bringing out his first air unit
Wow.
to deal with those.
A lot going on here.
It's got a lot of range that big boy, and In Control just needs to hold.
This missile is nearly going to fire.
It can be stolen at any point.
Where is it going to go? Is he going to be able to get it off?
He's got it back.
There it is!
He's gonna take it. Defeating Nick at
That was legit. That was epic.
Amazing.
مثل ما انتم شفتوا يعني اللعبة استراتيجية.
Any thoughts, guys?
I just came to make mammoth
No,
tanks,
no.
so I've done my job.
مو باللعبة اللي
We saw a little bit of everything.
مثلا
Perfect. Let's hear it for
تتطلب شيء كبير من جهازك عشان تقدر تلعبها. نتكلم عن أجهزة
Ladies and gentlemen,
الموبايل.
what you just saw was the worldwide reveal of Command and Conquer Rivals.
اسمها اللعبة كوماندر
Rivals
كوماندر
reimagined real-time strategy experience for
كونكر
mobile. We're giving players complete,
كوماندر
continuous control of their armies in quick, competitive head-to-head matches that are fueled by skill and strategy. Now, Rivals will be coming to iOS and Android devices, but I'm excited to announce that Android players can play the pre-alpha today. So head to the Google Play Store.
راح تصدر على أجهزة الأندرويد والآيفون والألفا أو النسخة التجريبية متوفرة حاليا للعب على متجر. طبعا اللي يخسر يحلف.
Now, before we close the show with a spectacular epic anthem, I wanted to share a few final things.
آخر عرض راح يكون عن لعبة Anthem.
Come to work every day to create amazing entertainment. And what I can say about all of those teams, and what I can say about us, is that we are always trying to learn and listen and strive to be better.
حاليا قاعد يتكلم شلون قاعد يتطور من استديو EA.
There's some things we hope come through. First, that at the very core is choice. Is that you as players get to choose how you play, what you play, when you play, and what devices you play on. That in making those choices, you feel you are treated fairly. That no one is given an unfair advantage or disadvantage for how they choose to play. That for every moment that you invest, we know that you put so much of your life into the games we make, and that for every moment that you invest, you feel like you are rewarded and you are given value for that investment. And most importantly, that the games are fun, that we move past the grind, and that these are experiences that truly enhance your lives. And so, as we think through, as you love playing them, there's something that is even greater that we can do together. The power of this community when we come together to do amazing things is profound. Last weekend was the third year of our Play to Give program, where we show the world how the power of play can be a positive force for social impact. Millions of you out there participated in 9 in-game challenges in our games, logging millions of hours in support of Play to Give. And to celebrate that, we contributed a total of $1 million to 3 charities that share our vision for a more inclusive world. A world where representation and equality are not something we strive for, they are the standards. And where bullying and exclusion are not an everyday threat. These 3 organizations, the United Nations He for She, PACE's National Bullying Prevention Center, and Ditch the Label, an anti-bullying organization,
حاليا قاعد يتكلم إنه شلون سووا تشالنجات بلاي تو جيف. كل ما تخلصون الناس اللي يلعبون الألعاب هذه يخلصون التشالنجات المطلوبة راح يتبرعون بمبالغ حق الجهات الخيرية، فهم تبرعوا بمبلغ 3 مليون حق 3 جهات خيرية. والحين مع لعبة أنثم.
The gods vanished and left our world in chaos, creating, altering, destroying. The anthem is all that remains.
There's a storm coming. These walls can't protect us forever.
Something is out there. It wants to destroy us all.
كان العرض عن حق لعبة أنثم.
How cool was that trailer? You guys have seen it a couple times, and it's still cool every time I see it. So I know all of you, like me, have had tons of questions about Anthem since last year because we're all BioWare fans. So we're going to do something a little bit different for the rest of the show, and we're going to take a deep dive into Anthem. So I'm going to bring out some members of the BioWare team to chat with us. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Casey Hudson, Mark Dara, and Kathleen Rutzar.
حاليا راح يجيبون 3 أشخاص من بايو سوفتوير اللي هم مصممين لعبة أو اللي يشتغلون على لعبة أنثم، الجنرال مانجر واكسكلوسيف برودوسر والليد رايتر، المخرج والمنتج والكاتب، وبيسألونهم عن اللعبة.
A couple years off, but before you came back, you actually worked on Anthem before you left.
Yeah, that's right. And you know, I just want to be able to continue the legacy of the studio, and that's kind of where it started with Anthem, is just thinking about, you know, what is the evolution of a BioWare game? And we wanted to create a brand new world for people to discover, you know, a whole new world of story and character. But we also wanted to do something that was, you know, more of a dynamic and living.
قاعد يتكلم انه شلون يوم يشتغل على لعبة أنثم انه يبون يسوون عالم جديد، يسوون ديناميكية للعبة بحيث ولعبة ثورية ما لعبتوها من قبل وجديدة وفكرتها جديدة وكل شيء فيها جديد.
From BioWare, but I think we're kind of curious how you're planning to make story work in this shared world.
So a great story for BioWare is really about characters that you can have a connection with, choices you get to make, and feeling like the story is about you. In a lot of multiplayer games, those things...
الحين قاعد يتكلم شلون القصة يخلونها شلون كتبوها بحيث ان هي تتمحور على اللاعب نفسه. فهم فلما انت تطلع برا على العالم المفتوح الخطير، هني في لاعبين يقدرون يلعبون وياك.
Everyone that's playing Anthem at a moment is seeing the same thing.
يقول ان اي احد قاعد يلعب في لعبة أنثم راح يقدر يعيش نفس الاجواء اللي انت قاعد تعيش في اللعبة. يعني اذا كان الوقت ليل راح كلكم تلعبون في وقت ليل.
And this is where your story really lives and breathes. And by doing it this way, we're able to combine that impact and agency of a single-player story with the fun of teaming up with your friends to play co-op in combat.
And we're also designing it so that we can add story for years to come. So one of the first things that we hear from our community is they want to continue to play in our worlds when they've finished Mass Effect or Dragon Age. With a character that you've grown to love, or an event in the world that deepens the lore, or an entirely new storyline and plot.
Well, I'm certainly not going to complain about more story. I don't think anybody out there is going to either. So Kathleen, I wanted to ask you, from a writing perspective, since you are the lead writer, can you speak to what it's like to create a new world like Anthem from the beginning?
Well, what's exciting for us, and not just the writers, but all of the devs, the designers, the artists, is that we're creating something new and mysterious for players to discover. So at the heart of the premise of Anthem is a world left unfinished by the gods. But the gods left behind their massive tools, and those tools are in constant conflict with this unknowable force called the Anthem of Creation. And the chaos of those things pushing against each other means that the world is constantly being reshaped in new and unpredictable ways.
Yeah, violent storms, mutated creatures, gigantic monsters. It's a dangerous environment that you need to wear a suit of powered armor, a javelin, to be safe in.
Now, something I think a lot of players out there maybe don't stop to think about is just how much work goes into creating a new intellectual property, or IP, as we've been saying. Now, we've seen all these different creatures, and Mark, you mentioned the storms. What's the process of creating a game like from scratch?
Yeah, it's something we've done a few times at BioWare. And really the hardest part is getting started, just kind of getting off the blank page. So what we try to do is we think about the new experiences that we're trying to unlock for players. So like, what is the fantasy fulfillment? What are the new things you actually get to go and do that are different from what you've played before? So that's where we start. And then once we think about those things,
حاليا قاعد يتكلمون ان شلون يكتبوا العالم او شلون كتبوا القصة بحيث ان ما في شيء يشابهها من قبل، وشلون صمموا العالم كله عالم أنثم بشكل كامل. ويقولون ان عندما رحلت الآلهة على حسب القصة، الآلهة عن هذا الكوكب او هاي الحياة، تركوا آلات عظيمة موجودة في هذا الكوكب، وهذه كل بين فترة يصير بينهم كونفليكت، خلاف أو تعاكس، أو ما أدري أنا شنو يقصدون بهالأشياء اللي قاعدة تغير شكل الكوكب وتخلق مثلا حيوانات متوحشة وتخلق أشياء مفترسة. فمن كذي أنت لازم تلبس البدلة الموجودة علشان تقدر ترجع السيطرة على الكوكب.
Who we're going to be playing as and why we're fighting these crazy beasts.
So you are a freelancer, uniquely skilled to pilot these javelin exosuits. And you need those suits to survive and fight in this world because the world will kill you. But on top of that, our ancient rivals, the Dominion, have they discovered a way, they think, to weaponize the anthem of creation. And so we need to stop them and protect the free people of Tarsus.
Now, I've heard you call this power armor a couple different things. Is it a suit? Is it a javelin? Like, what's the canon term here?
We call them javelins, and there are 4, and they each have unique abilities. There's the Ranger, and then there's the Colossus, the Interceptor, and then finally...
طبعا كل واحد فيهم عنده قدرات خاصة من الجافلين، وكل واحد فيهم له مميزاته عن الثاني.
Want to use based on your mood, based on the
طبعا
mission you
انت
want to
راح
engage it, or the
تتواجد في اللعبة علشان تحمل.
So really what this allows us to do is we've built the suits to look like they're built from the materials of the world. So they each have their own unique abilities. So let's take a look at the Ranger now. The Ranger is a more generalized suit, able to do a lot of different things, really designed for up-close and personal combat, one-on-one for the most part. The Colossus is heavier, more specialized, but able to really pack in big weapons that let them devastate the battlefield.
I'm just going to say the Storm looks like it's going to be my favorite. I'm sure you guys out there are picking your from at It's Sweet Nicole, who asks, as a player who is all about making their character their own, what kind of customization options will be available in Anthem?
Yeah, so we really want players to express themselves, both through customizing the way their javelin plays, through gear and weapons, but also being able to personalize.
الحين يقولون إن شلون تقدر تسوي تعدل على السكن بحيث إن أنت تقدر تلعب باللعبة بالثيم اللي أنت تبيه على شخصية الجافلين.
I'm glad you brought that up because actually, Jay Legato has a question connected to customization. Monetization. How, when, loot box, cosmetics.
Yeah, so we are going to have some cosmetics and vanity items that you'll be able to purchase, but you're always going to know what you're going to buy before you spend any money on it. So no loot boxes, no ability to pay for power. So that means no ability to spend money on gameplay advantage at all within Anthem. But even more important than that, we want to make sure that Anthem
ما راح يكون في لوت بوكس. الأشياء اللي أنت راح تشتريها في اللعبة راح يكون مخصصة حق السكنز فقط لا غير، ما راح يعدل على لعبك، ما راح يقوي. يعني نفس فكرة اوفر ووتش تشتري سكنات، تشتري ستيكرات بوست لصقات أو شيء كذي، بس إنه ولا شيء فيهم يخلي لعبك مثلا أفضل وأحسن.
So can you tell me a little bit about how the team gameplay in Anthem is going to work?
Yeah, it really is about, you know, the fun of teaming up as a team of superheroes and working together. So you want to get a few people together of different classes. So, you know, I think here we're going to see the Colossus, you know, just hammering people on the ground in gameplay, if we can have a look at that. So heavy artillery, being really strong, you know, in melee combat. And then here you've got the Ranger shooting down from above. And then they're using combos and special abilities and stuff like that. But what I love is you don't just run around, you're swimming and flying as well.
So it's interesting because at the Slate Tones wants to know, how will you balance multiplayer with single-player storytelling?
So Anthem's really built around trying to combine the impact of having your own personal story with the fun of playing with other players. But we really want to make sure that that playing with other people feels like a choice. So the team of 4 people, and we've really tried to balance the co-op experience to be fun even for people that don't normally engage in this kind of thing. So I really hope that everyone at least gives co-op a try.
Okay, that's good to know. If you want to roll solo, you can, but it's just going to be a little bit more difficult. Well, I know you all are on the edges of your seats. How about we show a little gameplay? Yeah? You guys want that? All right, so
جديد للعبة Anthem. جيم بلاي من اللعبة نفسها.
Have decided to play a mission called Scars and Villainy. The Scars have put together an acid-based super weapon, so you got to take them out. So you start in the Strider, which is like a giant walker, and it's your forward base of operations. You have a conversation with your crew, Halleck, Faye, and Owen, and you'll hear Owen. He's going to talk us through the mission as we experience it here. And yeah, then you just get into your javelin suit and you head out with your friends.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark, Casey, Kathleen, for talking to me about Anthem today. We're going to go ahead and roll the gameplay now. Enjoy, everybody.
Time to get to work!
Faye said these bastards made some kind of acid. They're using it as a weapon. So, find where they're making this garbage and shut it all down.
Owen, what's the plan here?
Picking up loads of scars nearby. Take a look around the area, but be careful.
Right. Checking out the scar camp some more.
Look at all the weapons! Oh, and the turrets! Better move quickly. There's a shaker relic. Wait, something's odd. Get a closer look, would you? See those radiant pieces of energy? They're echoes from the Anthem of Creation. Loads of scars nearby. Be careful. Return them to the relic. You've got to silence it fast. It's gone silent. Disaster averted. Do you think we get a bonus for... Wait, something's happening.
What the hell was that?
I think that was whatever laid all the eggs around here. The sound came from below your position. On the plus side, this definitely counts toward hazard pay. There's a trail of this acid gunk leading down. Follow it, and we should find the source.
I'm so hyped, you guys.
You can check out the game live.
So I'm sure the question on everyone's minds, when do we get to play?
So Anthem comes out February 22nd, 2019 on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC.
So mark your calendars, everybody. Fire off your tweets. Thank you so much again.
Anthem راح تصدر في تاريخ 22 فبراير 2019 على أجهزة الإكس بوكس 1، بلاي ستيشن 4 والبي سي. وبس يا شباب، هاي كان البث حق مؤتمر E3 عفوا معرض E3 2018 لمؤتمر EA سبورت أو EA إلكترونيكس صح أو استديو EA. إن شاء الله استمتعتوا ويانا في البث، واسمحوا لنا على أي قصور، وإن شاء الله أي ملاحظات عندكم كتبوها لنا في الكومنت أو كتبوها لنا في الانستغرام، وإن شاء الله بنشوفها ونصححها. كان وياكم أخوكم فهد الدوسري من جيمرز باي. سلام.